So today on the program, we're putting the focus on the Holbrook Public Library Fund, located in Holbrook, Massachusetts, at the Holbrook Public Library. Here to help us chat more about an upcoming golf tournament to benefit the fund is Shana Gilliard, and she's here to tell us a little bit about this fund, about herself, and about how you might be able to help. So Shana, it's great to meet you, first of all. Thanks for coming over.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's kind of unusual for us here in Quincy to talk about things in Holbrook, but you have a connection to both communities, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's learn about yourself first before we talk about the Holbrook Public Library Fund.
Okay, so I am kind of community organizer. So that's how I got plugged in with my community access TV stations. Wanting to connect with other people who had voices or social activism, and that's also how I ended up with the Holbrook Public Library. I had a child care program, and we needed to have more teachers and to raise awareness about the child care industry post-pandemic. And so connecting with the library and seeing how many patrons use the public service, and then seeing how many of my families needed extracurricular services like ESOL, training courses, GED, HiSET. I ended up doing a lot of referrals. And so we ended up partnering just to see how we can gather more resources together as a group. And so since then, I joined the Holbrook Public Library Fund, and we think jointly we'll be able to raise money that'll benefit families in all of South Shore. So.
Okay, and you were living at Holbrook at the time, right?
So I have the business in Holbrook.
Oh, I see, okay.
So we relocated from Brockton. We were in the Westgate Mall. Mm-hmm. We had a drop-in daycare style. And so when we were looking for more space, Holbrook was open to, and they're kind of landlocked by Brockton, Randolph, Weymouth, Braintree. So that's South Shore.
Yep.
Feel. And so as I've been interviewing and meeting people in Quincy, some of the stakeholders in Quincy College or Training Resources of America, many of them have history or connections to Holbrook.
I see, okay. So hence your outreach then to benefit the fund. So as I understand, the Holbrook Public Library Fund is different than the Friends of the Holbrook Library, is that right?
Yes,
okay.
Thank you for that.
Sure.
Yeah, so the fund is different. What we are doing is raising money for a major renovation. As you may know, the library has been there for I want to say at least 30 years with no renovations.
Wow.
And right now we don't have access to the lower area where we could have more community programs, adult training programs, because of our elevator. So we want it to be handicap accessible, ADA compliant. So we will need to raise money for that kind of renovation, which is different than what the Friends does, which the Friends does help us on our mission.
Sure.
But they're more for programming continuing what's already working well in the library, where I do feel like the fund is room for some innovation, long-term, major fundraising.
Right, yeah. Do you have a goal in mind, Shana?
We do.
Yeah.
I think it's like somewhere around 10 million.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, it has to be a substantial amount if you're talking about additions and renovations and, making the place accessible. There's only one library in Holbrook, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And as I did a little research on it, the current building is back to 1967.
Okay. So.
And the town certainly has grown quite a bit since then, and the library has not, right?
Right,
yeah.
right.
So that leaves a lot of room for improvement, as it were.
Yes.
Yeah. So the fund itself is relatively new, or when was the fund itself founded?
It is relatively new. It's about 2 or 3 years old. I believe this is the second year, and this is our second annual mini golf.
Yeah. So this is going to be happening Friday, September 13th from 5 to 9 p.m. Mini golf at the library. And is it just like it sounds? Is there going to be like a mini golf course set up?
Yes,
Yeah?
yes, yes. So this is turning the library into like a friendly family fun night. And so you have the opportunity, you can come and sponsor if you're a business, and if you're a family and you want to see your library in a different light or see some of the things that we are going to use our funds to improve, this is the opportunity to get involved, join the fund, follow the fund, see what the fund is all about,
Yeah.
and at the same time have some family fun. We'll have a lemonade stand there. We'll also have Ellie's treats
Okay.
to grab some food, and then we will also have some of the sponsors will set up tables to showcase their products or events or
I see.
things that you may know that are right in Holbrook that you may not know.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So local businesses helping out.
Yes.
Okay. So is the mini golf course inside or outside?
So it's going to be inside
Okay.
for the mini golf course. And then outside will be with the refreshments,
I see.
treats, kind of mingling, talking. We also want to use this time for people to kind of think about their vision, like what they want to see with the renovations.
Yeah.
Look outside to see like outdoor spaces. Where would you like to see a hot spot? Things like that.
Oh, all right. Okay. So a bigger picture as well. Will there be kind of like a suggestion box or a place for folks to write down their thoughts? Or?
Well, yes, we can have a paper suggestion
Yeah.
box, and then we do have our newsletter
Okay.
coming around, and where we ask people to either subscribe or join, and that way we can engage back and forth. Every month in the newsletter, we will have a link for you to click and share your ideas and your suggestions. We also are setting up our social media and Facebook pages so that you can share your suggestions that way, as well as the suggestion box.
Okay. So I'm just curious again about the golf itself. Do you pay to play a round of golf? Or
No. It's going to be
just all
completely
one-
free.
Okay.
Yes. This is just to get everybody out, see what we've been doing and
Yeah.
what we plan to do,
Okay.
and do it in a family-friendly style way.
So bring your kids, obviously, and have fun that night.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
So this is the second annual. How'd the first one go?
The first one went very, very well. We
Yeah.
raised over $2,500,
Okay.
and we were able to get a return mailbox for the library and to make some improvements in the children's area. And so when you subscribe with our newsletter, you'll be able to even follow and get pictures and updates to see what we've done. So far, we've raised about $4,500 for this year's fund.
Okay.
And so we're still hopeful for more.
Right. Yeah.
So.
So, I mean, obviously, $10 million, you're going to need more than just, mini golf tournaments and events like this. So has the town, been able to help at all?
Yes, so we did just see there is like a library consortium kind of grant for renovations.
Okay.
There were, just yesterday, we saw that there were increased fundings made by legislation
Yes.
for the library.
Okay.
And so we also plan to write some grants and to do some partnerings with different communities
Yes.
to see what works well. We recently went to a foundations conference and we got to see what worked well in Chicago libraries. So reaching out to do some storytelling, build connections with other communities,
Yes.
and even get some of our community helpers and leaders involved and showcase how the library is like a joint benefit for the public.
Right. And are there opportunities for, major corporate sponsors, Shana?
Definitely.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's really going to be necessary, right, if you want to achieve the goal.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we are still like looking at the way that we want to kind of honor our major investors. But we have some cool things brainstorming. So we are considering like a flagpole, you having your name or a plate in honor of your sponsorship for the flagpole. And then, of course, the rooms downstairs having those names
Yep.
after whoever sponsors. But we haven't really worked out the logistics
Yeah, no, I
of
understand.
those.
Yeah.
But we're excited.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's important to point out that the Holbrook Public Library Fund is a registered 501c3
Yes, it is.
nonprofit.
Yes.
So it has that legal tax ID status.
Legitimacy.
Right, exactly, yeah. So a donation is tax deductible, and it can be made anytime, not just for this event, right?
Right, right. So we want to look at the overall innovation.
Yeah.
We do want to look at 10 years. We also want to connect with our young millennials to understand like what they could leave behind 30 years from now. They can get started just volunteering
Sure.
at the library, but literacy projects, helping others learn to read, donating things that you're not using, or, you know, books. Everything, you know.
Is there a bookstore at the Holbrook Public Library?
We do have a little cart
Okay.
in the front, but we are small.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, yeah.
So, but we do have with the friends, we have a little book section where
Oh.
you can purchase.
Okay. All right. So that's something.
Yes. And so we have a citizenship corner.
Oh.
And so we're working on our ESOL
Mm-hmm.
and our adult programming as well.
Okay. Are there other members of the fund, Shana?
Yes.
There are. Okay.
So there's about 5 members
Oh, all right.
of the
Okay.
fund, and we are like very unique in different expertise, and I really like that we work together that way.
Yeah.
So there's like some young people, some experienced people. There's some people with PhDs, some people, we have our vocational license. So, you know, lots of expertise.
Different expertise, yeah, which helps, I'm sure, when you have your meetings.
Yes, yes.
Is there room for other members?
Yes, we are always looking for
Okay.
new members, especially now we're like new, so we're looking for new members, new ideas. Even if you want to be just a member on like Facebook or
Yes.
social media, even if you want to just chime in when we have like, hey, do you like this flyer? Do you like this banner?
Okay.
Do you like this color we're choosing for this room? Things like that. Or if your business has the capacity to donate, or we're looking for painters or construction support,
I see.
or, you know, drafting designs or teaching,
Okay. Yeah.
anything.
Probably just about any background would be helpful, I'm sure, right? At some point, if you do succeed in starting, you know, a major renovation, that opens up the door to all kinds of folks helping.
So much.
Yeah.
Yes. And even looking like in tandem, like when the renovations are happening, you know, where are we going to be doing library things and things like that.
Sure.
So-
Oh, right. Yeah, during the process, right? Yeah. Do you have a timeline in mind? Is it too soon to say?
I think it's too
Okay, all
soon
right,
now.
Baby steps, right?
But
Yeah.
going to like that foundation helped us kind of like put things in perspective, just to see like Columbus Library, and to see like, even though they had like so much funding, the things that they had to redo and scale because of the pandemic,
Yeah.
or coming back from, you know, just a lot of things that we learned post-pandemic.
Absolutely,
But
yeah.
then the unity that also came from like, how do we do this when we have to be, you know, divided?
Right.
So-
yeah. Although, I mean, the Holbrook Library is part of the Old Colony Library Network, right?
Yes.
Which stretches all down the South Shore, right down to the Cape, pretty much, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there are other similar-sized libraries like Holbrook in that network, I'm sure.
That could give advice.
Yeah.
Right. I agree. I don't think like just as small as just having the town of Holbrook, but our library director is great. So I know she came from Plymouth Library, I
Oh,
believe.
okay.
So she's brought her expertise to that, and we'll see.
Yeah.
I think Holbrook is in for some exciting new changes.
Yeah. Why are you so passionate about it, Shana? You really, I mean, you smile when you talk about it. It's obvious it means a lot to you.
I just like to help.
Yeah.
So I'm a community organizer at heart. And so to have been brought to such a group of people that are working on things that my heart is already, you know, like, oh, this is what my parents are asking for. This is what the community is saying, you know, is going to bridge those little pieces that we need. And when I'm out and I talk to like Mass Rehab, and they're like, oh, we really want to support you because we take most of our clients to the library to get their extra curricular, and so that's why.
Okay, all right. So again, it is the Holbrook Public Library Fund second annual mini golf at the library. It is Friday the 13th, Shana. September 13th. Hopefully that means good luck, not bad luck, right?
Good luck,
Yeah.
right? And back to school, guys.
That's right. Yeah,
So
that's right.
come do something with the family.
Let's see, 5 to 9 p.m. that evening, and there'll be treats. There'll be desserts, I'm assuming.
Yes, and dinner. I think there's a dinner
right.
truck that's going to be serving.
Okay,
So.
and there's cost for the food, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
so these are small businesses, so
Yes.
we want to give them some opportunity to market themselves,
Sure.
and then also for you guys to find out cool things that are right in your backyard.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else we should let folks know about right now?
No, I think this was very, very thorough.
Oh, good. Well, we're happy to help get the word out for you. And the website, the fund has its own website, right?
Yes.
HPLfund.org.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So great to meet you. I wish you good luck with your event and future success at the library as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you again for having us.
It's our pleasure. Thanks for watching us here at AM Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano. We'll see you next time.